Hi Sagittarius, I'm Anisha. To know more about my work, you may visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com. For those of you who are seeking deeper clarity, be it in your love life or your career, for a personal consultation, you may write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. Sagittarians, we have Mars that is going direct this month. Mars has been retrograde in Aries for the last couple of months, and on the 14th it goes direct. We also have Mercury, which is going direct, and Mercury also has been retrograde for the last 3.5 weeks. And then we have a Jupiter and a Pluto conjunct, and we are closing the month with an eclipse season beginning end of the month. So let me break down the month for you. On the 4th, we have Mercury, and it's going direct in your house of groups of friends, and it is joined there by Venus, which is there till about 27th of November, which is practically the entire month. So it's a beautiful aspect with the groups of friends, people who are your tribe, people who get your vibe, people with whom you can relate with, people whom you like to hang out with. And there are going to be a lot of conversations. Maybe you're collaborating, maybe you're discussing things, maybe you want to do some work together, maybe you want to travel together. On the 11th, we have Mercury, which joins Sun in your house of behind the scenes. This is the house of service. It is also the house of emotional rejuvenation. This is the place where we go and recharge our emotional batteries. Now, this is a house generally, we tend to associate this with psychological awareness of the subconscious, or even secret communication, investigations, and research. Now, it's a great time if there have been things that have been bothering you at a deeper level. It's a good time to be just unplugging and just being with the nature. Just be with your own thoughts, introspect. Maybe if you need to be consulting a therapist, do that. During this time when Mercury also transits this house of research and behind the scenes, it's possible that it has to do with maybe maybe some very vivid dreams that you could be having. Your intuition could be really strong at this time, Sagittarians. You could almost say, that I just had the gut feeling about a specific thing, or I had a intuition about this. And you may come in contact with hospitals and institutions. Maybe some of you could be volunteering, you could be for the pandemic, you could be donating things. And it's just a time wherein that you would want to sort of be of help and be able to do things for others who could be suffering either at an emotional level, or maybe someone or maybe you could be needing that help as far as a therapist is concerned. From the 8th to 12th, we have Pluto and Jupiter. They are conjuncting in your house of earn income. This is a house where we go and we earn money, and it is also about your self-worth and values. And it's specifically important this month because we have Mars that goes direct on the 14th, which is very close to the Pluto and the Jupiter conjunct. Now, since Jupiter and Pluto are uniting in Capricorn, and they are going to be under the leadership of the slow and steady Saturn, which is going to be bringing tests that temper the potential excess and inflation of Jupiter. And Jupiter tends to expand everything that it touches, good or bad. And it can be that maybe you're concerned about something that's going on at work, something that you can't control, something that seems to be having a life of its own. And that is something which Jupiter could be expanding, and you could be finding it hard to sort of deal with it. However, Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn, they are, since they are transiting through Capricorn, which is all about responsibility, it's about duty, it's going to be cultivating lessons which come through experience of acceptance of natural cycles of life. I mean, there's little much that you can do about it, Sagittarians. And so I think the thing about this specific transit conjunct between a Jupiter and a Pluto is because it also tends to point towards an aspiration towards personal power. So it could be that you're dealing with someone who is just concerned about his or her own personal path. That's all that they want to focus in. And you could just be, with Saturn being over there as a teacher planet, it's that the lessons that you're being made to learn in this lifetime, Sagittarians. And as much as you may say that I have learned it and I know, how to do this sort of how to go through this motion of life or this phase of life. The thing is that Saturn keeps us going back to the blackboard till the time that we have not really aced the lesson. That means there is something in this power conflict of a relationship wherein one person is trying to control or be the singular power source, and you are being made to learn that lesson of acceptance through and look at it as a normal cycle of life. I think the important lesson over here, Sagittarians, because you are a natural gypsy soul, you are I think you're the free spirit of all the zodiacs. And there's nothing much gives you more happiness than when you're traveling or when you're just sort of doing things that you love. So it's very important that that during this phase of the power control that is happening with you, that you don't sort of buy into it too much. Wear it very lightly. It's often said that whether it is grief or it is burdens or it's responsibility, they weigh as much as we allow them to weigh on ourselves. So don't let it be like a cloak of depression or a cloak of something that you can't sort of stand up. It's there, it's there. I mean, you can't do much about it. So, there is no one is saying that you need to be sort of buckling under it and allowing it to get the better of you. Also, you need to be overcoming financial fears, worries, and doubts. And even if things are really tight, seeing with the crisis that we're in, there are surprising ways that you will discover that there are ways of making money, and it's a great time to be starting a side hustle, Sagittarians, and value yourself, value your skills. You have a lot to offer the world, and it's time to feel the abundance in return. I think for all of us, we operate on a certain frequency. I mean, one thing I'm really certain about is that it's the entire thing, the entire larger game of humanity, of all of us, of how we engage is the energy. I'm sure by the end of it, there's someone who will do a research and say, oh yes, it's a frequency on which that we are all operating. And it is not woo-woo, it's simple quantum physics. It's what I feel, it's what I send out, and it's what I receive. So you need to be, if you're in a situation where you're feeling really smothered or you're feeling as if your power has been taken away from you, you need to rise above it, Sagittarians. You need to be on a higher frequency wherein that you do a rant, or which is that everything that you say is wonderful. Don't buy into the other person's depression or power control or manipulativeness. You stay on a higher level of frequency. That's your zone, that's your game, and your game is joyfulness, your game is gratitude, your game is being free of expectations. Your game is of being at one with the nature, enjoying the wonderful things that life is giving us, the ability to be surrounding yourself with the greenery, being able to have supportive family, children. So be on another frequency. On the 15th, we have a new moon. That is Serenia, house of behind the scenes. And this is a house where we go and recharge our emotional battery. This is also the house where we go and undo ourselves, which basically means that you could accidentally sort of participate in a gossip about some family scandal, and which could be your own undoing. So be very careful about the communication, be very careful about whom you confide in, be careful of the loose chatter that could be around you. It can be that because this house deals with secret things, with secret dealings, that something could come to light. Something could be said to you which could just completely take you by surprise, and you could just feel that I didn't know about that. On the other hand, you need to be very careful about whom you're confiding and what is it that you need to be saying. Again, a great time to be going in for therapy, Sagittarians. On the 22nd, we have Venus that comes in this house of behind the scenes again. So, a lovely time to be for self healing, for healing yourself, for trauma, scars. I think the scars that we receive as children are something, I think it also of course depends culturally, and also which house sort of what your growing up environment was, whether how open it was for you, whether you were encouraged to voice out your grief or not, or your anguish or your anger or your worries, because normally it is something, at least in the Asian cultures, it is something which is very looked down upon. You are brought up in a certain way, and you pretty much accept it. But I think the scars that we receive as children often define the adults that we become, and that is something I think you need to be healing, as to whether it's a constant validation that you're still seeking in your relationships, whether you are driving yourself nuts working, trying to prove something in your own eyes, that your own worthiness, and that can simply be because of whether it's a validation you didn't receive from a parent, or an appreciation or an acceptance you didn't receive from a parent. And Sagittarians, you need to understand and you need to realize one thing, that you need to have that self-love. You need to create that inner strength, that inner hero inside you. And irrespective, and I'm not dismissing the challenging situation that a lot of us are in, the pandemic and the loss of jobs. I'm not taking away the seriousness of it. All I'm saying is that there is still a space in all of us, that place where we can pull out that hero in us and say that, okay, I'm able to stand, I'm able to take care of myself. Okay, if everyone or the person or the parent or the partner that I'm seeking the appreciation for does not give me, I know that I'm worthy of it. You need to be bringing that out. We're closing the month with a full moon lunar eclipse in your house of marriage, and this is also a house of business partnership. So you could be evaluating your relationships and your business relationships. You could be looking at your business partnerships and seeing whether they're going on fine. Great time to be focusing on your marriage. Great time to be giving some attention to your partner, to your spouse, and it's also a time, I think, to be giving them little attention and let them have a little bit of spotlight rather. Times I think we give too much of space, and maybe that is not what is required. I think at times you are required to step into that space and sort of enjoy that space with your partner. So do that. The feelings that you could have during this lunar eclipse, it could be, you could be feeling slightly more intense as far as especially your marriage is concerned, and you could be you could be quite drawn to having sort of articulate, speak them out, to discuss them, and also I think you could be quite interested in your partner's interests, their hobbies, his businesses, and see as to how it is that best you can accommodate them. This house also, it rules open enemies. So those about, people who are not very polite about or political about hiding their feelings for you. So something could come up along the lines of someone who's openly hostile to you. So watch out over there. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Sagittarians. I'll see you again soon, and thank you so much for watching.